Beautiful pigeon blood discus living with Geophagus in a big 50-gallon aquarium. You see little creatures sticking their noses out, and a beautiful rose-tail betta. This is an aquarium that does not require routine water changes.
Hello. Jump right on in. You're at Father Fish.
So we're going to show you some of Father Fish's collection. These are fish that we've been bringing in for our new shop for a couple of months now, and beginning to have really quite a nice collection. There's some that are just very difficult to find because they're little tiny gobies hiding down inside some of these tanks. A dwarf dragon goby right there sitting on that leaf. And there are more in here. There are others, 3 or 4 others. Just a lot of surprises. As you get into the tanks and look around, you see little creatures sticking their noses out, looking to see who this is who's poking around in their home. Father Fish also maintains native species such as these banded sunfish, living with rummy-nosed tetras and a beautiful rose-tail betta. We have a colony of green neon tetras that are wild caught and a beautiful fish, along with some honey gouramis living in a 20-gallon long aquarium. Discus are living in our aquariums as community fish. They're enjoying the stability, the warmth, and the purity of a natural environment. There are buffalo heads, red-tailed sharks, electric blue acaras, regular acaras, and a few other little surprises lurking around in the corners. This is an aquarium that does not require routine water changes and contains healthy, happy fish, typically considered too delicate and too difficult to maintain in a community aquarium. These are 2 little axolotls that were born here last spring. We got some eggs from Kepling Creek and hatched them out, and we've got some babies other than these. These have gotten to be about 4 or 5 inches, so they're doing really well. Community fish that are popular among hobbyists, such as Endler guppies, bettas. This is a colony of females with 1 lone male. Tetras. Here is a colony of female bettas, a sorority, living their best life in a little 10-gallon aquarium. Father Fish has lots of guppies, beautiful guppies, growing and thriving in this little 10-gallon aquarium. Look at all the babies. There are rainbows, gouramis, pike cichlids, all living together, some bosmanis in a 65-gallon aquarium. Note there even are some bikers, little bikers in here searching for food. You can see some of the seed pods that are bringing in microscopic life in order to maintain the stability of this aquarium. Here's a real prize. Father Fish's Uarus. A difficult fish to keep, a difficult one to find, but one that is just wonderful and spectacular. These are still young. We're excited about them growing and becoming big, beautiful fish. Look how healthy they are in their little natural aquarium. And of course, there are barbs, there are zebradanios, there are bettas, there are Congo tetras. So many fish living in a tiny little tank. Imagine that. And of course, we must have platies. There are lots of platies. Platies everywhere. Oh my, look at these. These are green tiger barbs and Beckford pencil fish. You see the pencils? More discus. Beautiful pigeon blood discus living with geophagus in a big 50-gallon aquarium. Well, this is an interesting aquarium. There are, if you can see them, little scarlet batis. There's one right there. There are a dozen or more in here. They're all kind of hiding down in the grass. These are still young. We're excited about them growing and developing a breeding colony. We think we have a group of females, so really excited about that. Along with some beautiful bettas, a pufferfish who's eating little snails right now. We have an explosion of pond snails and bladder snails that he's cleaning up. More and more bettas and little endlers. Bettas and endlers. Aren't they stunningly beautiful fish? And mollies. Must have mollies in any collection of fish. Lots of black mollies. This is our newest addition, the Amazon rainforest tank, which we need to take the next step with. We're collecting some plants to be able to grow on this wonderful branch coming out of the tank. Look what's in here. There's a pigeon blood discus. Imagine that. Hiding among the branches back there. That's very natural behavior for them in the floodplains. They come up into the plains and they hide around the branches of the trees that are flooded out. It gives them tremendous security and allows them to raise their fry in a safe environment. Look at them down in there. And angels and Hillstring Lake. There are actually a group of them in here, and she is full of eggs. Hopefully we're going to get some spawn out of those. That would be wonderful. And then we have a few big tanks right in the front lobby. And this has lots of rams. We finally got some males to go with their females, and they're pairing up already. Look at that. So we're going to be we need to put some little flat rocks in here to give them places to spawn. Rams and bloodfins and creventus and angels and swords. There's some black swords back there and some redwag swords, chocolate cichlids. And there's an archer in here somewhere. Up top there he is. Many surprises. We have fish in the tanks that we forgot we put in there. This has got a lot of tannin in the water, but lots of creventus, and they're pairing up as well. So we're looking forward to spawning in here with these beautiful, beautiful pearl scale angels, the blue angels. That's the bluefin killie. It's a native Florida fish. Chromites, rainbows, gouramis, tetras, all sorts of fish in these things. Here are two more of our denizens, two nice big axolotls that came from Pepling Creek a year ago. We'll be seeing them, we hope, at the Clash coming up soon. No babies in here yet, but we're hopeful they're going to spawn for us at some point. This is our vat system. We keep all of our plants in these vats. as well as some fish and snails and lots of other creatures. There are 24 vats so far. And we're going to be adding a few more, but we're just very, very excited about how well these vats are going. We have shrimp growing in them. And the shrimp there. There he is. Back there, we got him. There's more in here. There are a lot of little tiny shrimp. They're kind of all over the bottom. There's a black one down there. Right there he is. There's some more shrimp on the side here. So this is one of our shrimp tanks. Mysteries, an ivory mystery snail. And lots of nerite snails. Look at that. That's a rabbit snail. There's another rabbit snail. Lots of shrimp in this one. Look at them all. Some pretty variety too.